Hey everyone, this is Sean from the Saving Your Future page here at YouTube. And basically, this is based off my book, my 2013 book, Saving Your Future. Plan to update that hopefully this year at some point, maybe later in the year. But essentially, the book can be had. I'll link the description below as to where you can buy it if you're interested. But this week, we're going to talk about passive income. So you're going to hear out there a lot of people talk about how, passive income, just do something, no work at all, and you're just going to rake in all this money, whether it be, something online. Basically, if you see anything on YouTube that says passive income, make $100 a day doing nothing, $1,000 a day, $1,000 a month, whatever it is, to me, that's all clickbait. They're just trying to get you to watch their video and, sell you on this idea that you're going to make a ton of money. And in reality, there's really no such thing. So the only way to make money without any work at all is to invest. And basically, when it comes to that, there's still work involved. The one thing that you need to do is research the investments that you're interested in purchasing, and then monitoring those investments, because you want to make sure that you have a investment plan and make sure you're following that plan throughout. Because the last thing you want to do is, throw money into a savings plan or some kind of investment and just forget all about it. You want to see where the company's going, keep up on their quarterly earnings. You want to keep up on, where that company's going. Does the strategy still meet with what your expectations are as far as investments go? And, always kind of stay up on top of that company and that investment. Do you believe in the product? Do you understand what the product is? I talked about that in one of my other videos. I'll link that in the description below as well. And, like I say, you want to be in a situation where, you're staying on top of what those investments are. And, so that's some work as well. So it's not purely passive in that regard. Same thing with bonds or, any other kind of investments. In future episodes, I'm going to talk about trading futures, trading options, and that kind of thing. And I will just say briefly, if you don't really know what you're doing, definitely stay away from those. You'd be safer in stocks and bonds. And, I just say most people, for the average investor, you're probably better off staying in stocks for sure. Some other money markets and other investments, but mainly in stocks, you're going to serve yourself well. Other ways to make passive income investments, right? So you can invest in real estate. Still, there's some work to be done. Either you're going to have to look after that property, do any maintenance or that kind of thing, or you're going to have to hire somebody to do that. So if you're going to do it, then obviously it's not passive. There's work involved. If you are going to do, hire that out to somebody else or, outsource that to someone else, then there's cost involved in that, of course. You're going to have to pay them for the services that they're providing. One of the things to consider when it comes to passive income also is, and being a tax person myself, I'll share, talk to your CPA or your tax professional about this. But generally, if income is passive and you're not involved at all in anything related to it, it's going to be taxed at a different level of taxation. And essentially, you're going to want to know how that income is taxed compared to similar capital gains or, similar income or active income versus passive. And generally the passive is going to be at a higher rate and there's going to be other rules around it. So keep an eye on that. Another way to do that is to create some kind of intangible or a tangible product, right? So one of the things you can do is create a book like I did, Saving Your Future. And without too much promotion, my book's selling anywhere between 2 and 5 copies a month. I'm hoping that by doing this, I'm going to share information with people, but that you'll also feel like if you've gotten some value here, you'd be willing to purchase that book and, read up more information on, what that provides. So a book, for example, can be a sort of passive income, but obviously there's work up front. You're going to have to spend the time writing the book, editing the book, getting the book published, making sure it's at the places where you want it to be able to be sold, and then marketing. So, what are you doing then to make sure that people know your book is out there? There's going to be plenty of people out there that tell you in their clickbait videos, as I call them, you just write a book or something and you just put it out there and you make tons of money that way. Well, as somebody who wrote a book, my background's corporate tax. I have plenty of business experience. I can tell you, I wrote a book and it doesn't sell like hotcakes. It could potentially sell well if I find the right ways to promote the book. But, generally speaking, that's not a significant, portion of revenue for me for sure. I can tell you, maybe I can buy a couple sodas with the amount of money I'm making on my book, but it is something that's out there that if I'm not regularly doing anything with, it will earn me some money. And I will say, full disclosure, since I've been doing this vlog here, I have found that I'm selling additional books. So I appreciate that for the people that are watching it. And I think as this builds up, that will grow as well. But, again, that's something that takes some time and effort to put in. Other things you can do is online courses. So if you have some knowledge base that other people could definitely use, you might want to take that knowledge and share it with others. And, they may end up buying your course. So whether it be, teaching someone a way to do something, maybe whether it be cooking, whether it be just some skill set, passing a test. I've seen people do that kind of thing. Maybe something on how to write a book, how to, a sport, a fitness related type of thing. So those are just some ideas that if you have a particular skill set that you think might be marketable and other people would be interested in, that's a way to potentially grow some passive income with work up front. Again, there's work to be done regardless. Even if you've seen those videos for the exercise, popular exercise programs that are out there that get you in shape in 30, 60, 90 days, whatever it is, there's still advertising that goes on in that. They had to record it. They had to edit the video. They had to get it to the right place. Then they had to distribute it properly. So whether it be TV commercials, ads online, whatever it is, there is work to be done with anything related to passive income. Other types of passive income could be YouTube. And anybody that's honest with you as well, unless you have some really amazing content or just somehow it just really takes off, it's going to take you a while, a couple of years to build up a good YouTube channel where you're actually getting revenue. And in the age of demonetization, that's not there either. I can tell you one of my other channels, I had at some point made close to $100 a month. And then the demonetization came around. I had enough hours of view time, but I didn't have enough subscribers. So building that subscriber base even takes time. So whether it be putting out content and doing your videos on a weekly basis, several times a week, whatever it might be, then being able to get that out to others. So maybe on social media, telling people, friends, family, paying to advertise your channel, the products, whatever it is, the better the content is, the more likely you're going to find people that are interested in your content. But still, that takes time. So there's no such thing as passive income that's just going to throw money your way without any work, without any initial investment, with just some magic wand that waves and all of a sudden, boom, you're rich. Because if that was the case, everybody would do it. So if somebody promises you that their product or their course is going to just make that happen for you, where you're going to make tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars with almost no work at all, run the other way. Let's just talk about a couple other types of passive income. So like I mentioned, real estate can be passive income if you purchased real estate. Investing in businesses. But again, these take capital. You need money to invest in a business. And then sometimes if management that can run that business is up to par, you can take a step back and allow them to run business day to day. And simply your investment into that business can produce passive income. Within the stock market, what types of passive income is there? Or within, just the general investments that you might find out there? Dividends. So you can invest in stocks that pay dividends. And when you receive a dividend, obviously that's income that's coming to you on a quarterly basis. That could potentially be considered passive income. But I can tell you again, unless you have lots of money, the amount of money you're going to get per share on most investments is going to be 30 cents, 40 cents a month. So let's say you have a $100 stock and each, per share stock, or even $50 a share stock that you purchase, and it's providing 40 40 cents every quarter. You're talking about, $1.60 a year per share. Think about how many shares you have to buy in order for that money to be significant. And again, that's 4 payments a year. So while that's passive income, it's not a significant amount of passive income. It's not a significant amount of income for you. So don't consider that as, a way to really bring in a lot of money to you as far as the short term. Day trading, potentially, again, there's a lot of risk to that. But if you know what you're doing, you can potentially make some money there. That's going to involve finding stock that trades within a certain range, finding the low end of the range and buying at that point, selling at a higher end of the range, getting out, and then waiting for the cycle to happen again. So you can potentially do that. But again, risk involved there. And that's not really passive either, because you are taking the time to research those particular stocks, understanding the trends within them, understanding that, hey, this is a stock I do want to invest in, and getting in when you need to, getting out when you need to. You can set that up somewhat automated, but you need to at least make the initial time to buy and sell. So, again, I don't really see a particular type of investment that is a all out passive income. You don't have to have money. You just start and you do nothing, and all of a sudden you make all this money. So that's not going to happen for you. I don't think it's going to happen for anybody. If you disagree, please let me know in the comments below. Please don't spam it for, hey, I have this program that does, this or that, and you can make money like crazy. But if you think that you can potentially, make money, I'd love to hear it. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on how you can take nothing and turn it into something without any time invested into it. So, definitely post your comments below if you have seen something like that, because I'd love to hear about it. If you agree with what I'm saying, what do you think that, stood out to you? And if you like this, give it a thumbs up. It's definitely going to help. Subscribe so you'll see the next videos that I come out with. Generally, I'm going to do them every Monday evening, between 8:30 and 9 o'clock. I'll usually put that out ahead of time. It's going to be a live stream. Haven't had many people join yet, but I'm sure that's going to continue to grow over time. And share it with other people that might find it interesting. Also, please do me a favor and tell me what other topics within the finance realm that you'd love to hear about. And I'd be happy to do videos on those as well. And as I mentioned, if you want to take a look at my book, Saving Your Future, I'd love to have you get a copy of that. So pretty easy read, about 100 pages. And, I hope that's something that you'll find valuable as well. So thanks for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Have a great day.